Going to get comfortable, kick back, and finna get down to business. Vulnerable, saying we're gonna take it way back. Like for me being the only girl, I really didn't have that outlet of like, just being able to open up. Like when it came to people would ask me about my dad and stuff, I would just like joke it off. I was pinning my emotions from that on so many people who had absolutely nothing in it. You gotta sit through the hurt. You first. Okay, this is the area I need healing in. I was carrying that hurt. That was hurting my marriage for a very, very, very hurt people. All you need is a night out. No, you need to go to therapy. Strong friend, a strong sibling, the strong. Congratulations, you're strong. You don't get a cookie for being the strongest for yourself. Pour into yourself. Hey sister girlies, my name is Alexis. Welcome back to my channel. New sisters, old sisters, I'm so glad you guys have tuned in to yet another video. As y'all can tell by the title, this video is going to be Topic Tuesday. Now y'all, this is something that I randomly literally thought about. I was sitting looking at my notes, and literally June the 9th I wrote down and I said new video ideas, Topic Tuesday. So I told myself, I was like, I want to start like talking to y'all more. Like I know I do a lot of vlogs, day in the life, or record my week, things like that, but I want to start talking to y'all because I feel like it's still kind of a lot that y'all don't know about me and I don't know about y'all. So I want to start engaging more, getting more active with like engagement with y'all, like conversation. So today and every Tuesday after this, I'm gonna hold myself accountable and we're gonna have Topic Tuesday. Now whether I pick the topic or you guys pick the topic, I don't know yet. So if y'all got any ideas, drop them here. If no one drops any comments, then I will just start making up my own topics to talk about. But this Tuesday, I want to talk about daddy issues because I feel like a lot of us have them. And for a long time, I hated talking about daddy issues. I was embarrassed to talk about daddy issues. But I want to talk about life after marriage, daddy issues, and learning to step down from control. So as y'all seen in my title, those are all the key topics that we're going to touch today. Now y'all going to get comfortable, kick back. As y'all can see, I am on my couch today. I am comfortable. I got my pillows. I even got my pajamas on. And we finna get right into it. We finna get down to business. And I want to be as vulnerable and just really transparent as possible, and really just honest, and kind of just really dive deep in it. Now this is my view of things. These are my opinions. I feel like everybody's situation is a lot different, so everybody's opinion is going to be a lot different. But yeah, so let's get into this Topic Tuesday. I ain't got no wine today, y'all. We just got some water, okay? But so I just want to start off by saying we're gonna take it way back. So all my life, all I've ever known is my mom. Me and my mom are really, really close. And so periodically over time, I would kind of ask my mom, like, I would ask my mama, like, why my daddy don't talk to me, or what's like, I would just ask her little stuff like, how did y'all used to interact, how did y'all meet, the normal questions that people would ask. And I grew up around my three brothers. On my mom's side, I have three brothers. I am the only girl. So I feel like for my other two siblings that have the same dad, for them, it kind of was, they didn't really never talk about it for real. And I feel like, with me being the only girl, I feel like for me being the only girl, I really didn't have that outlet of like, just being able to open up and really talk about it, because what girl does not want to be a daddy's girl? Or, everybody wants that like daddy-daughter bond. And I just feel like it was so many like days where I would just be sad. Like I would literally be sad thinking about it, and I never like even told nobody. Like when it came to people would ask me about my dad and stuff, I would just like joke it off. I feel like that was a coping method that me and my brothers used, because oftentimes we would just joke. Like we would just make like yo daddy jokes, like some harsh jokes, but I feel like that's how we coped with it. But like my best friend, I would see how her and her dad interacted, and I would always just joke, and I'd be like, man, I wish I had a dad, or man, I wish I had that daddy-daughter bond. And I just never could understand the fact of like, dang, like, why would my daddy not want communication with me? Or why my life got to be like this? Those were the real life questions I would ask myself. And as I got older, I kind of just started to like, just really just kind of just not deal with it at all. I would kind of just like keep my mind off things. So I feel like when it came to me like crossing paths with like men or just like relationship stuff of that nature, I feel like I was very awkward. I was one of those people, like I was like, like if my daddy don't even love me, my daddy don't want no dealings with me, like girl, what man really want any dealings with you? And that's how I thought for a very, very, very long time. And when I was in 12th grade, my senior year of high school, my dad had reached out. And at the time, I was very hurt. So I acted off of emotions. I acted off of, I was angry. I had a lot of anger built up. And for a long time, it left me very closed off. I never wanted to talk about my problems. I never want to let people get close to me. Like still to this day, I be having a hard time, like when it comes to friends and stuff, like I have a hard time getting like real close to people because I always think like, you're gonna leave eventually one day. And that's a very, very bad mindset to have. But back in 12th grade, my dad reached out one day and he kind of he DM'd me on Instagram. He was kind of just like, hey, this is your dad, here's my number, like I want to talk, X, Y, and Z. But what he did that for? Child, I went off. I'm talking about, I was cussing at this man, like it was bad, like just very, very childish, a very childish response, a very hurt response. And I left it at that. He kind of was just like, I'm still your dad, like you can't just talk to me like that. And I was kind of just like, you ain't never did enough for me, da, 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 da. Very, very childish. So yeah, then after that we did not speak. So fast forward, that was in 2018. So fast forward to about 2020, that's when I met my husband. And was it late 2019 or early 2020? I met my husband, and at the time, like even when we were like just talk, like in the talking, like dating stage, it was so hard for me to just like even open up to him. I feel like it was too good to be true. I was like, there's no way, like there's no way you a good man, like there's no way. Like I was just like, no, there's no way. And I kept just telling myself, I kept trying to find every excuse as to why I did not deserve this man. And a lot of it was daddy issues. I did not want to open up. I felt like, yeah, it's good right now, but eventually you're gonna leave. And just a very, very hurt, lost woman out here. And my husband is, they say like you usually marry a person that's very similar to your dad. And it's crazy because now that me and my dad do talk now, it's like him and my husband have a lot of similarities. But at the time, I just kept telling myself like, I don't deserve this. I don't deserve a good man. I did not come from a home with a good role model, so I don't deserve a good man. Like these are things I kept telling myself, and I was just like, no, like no. And my husband came into our relationship just so headstrong, so just like literally a man. Like he was so just straightforward with everything. He was just one of those people who already has so much potential. He already has so much set in stone for himself. He just had it going on, like literally. And to me, I was like, you're too much like right. Like there's no way you need to be with a woman that me who just is. There's no way you need to be with a woman like me who's just so. I literally kept telling myself like, there's no way you need to be with a woman like me. There's no way you need to be with a woman who's like has daddy issues, who don't know how to open up, who's scared to open up. And I don't know, it was just literally something about him that just made me just like open up. And I feel like it's just one of those things where I just was trying to convince myself like every wrong detail. Like I was just trying to pinpoint every little thing as to why like I did not deserve this man. And now that we're married, I feel like that was one of the biggest challenges on my end, was the opening up and, letting a man take control, letting a man lead, and, you sit back and be a woman. I feel like for a very long time, I did not know how to sit back and shut up. No. For real, I did not know how to sit back and, like, realistically, like, just sit back, be quiet, and be a woman and let a man be a man. I feel like for a very long time, I did not know how to do that, because when you come from a household where it's literally just my mama calling all the shots, my mama is doing the cleaning, the cooking, the everything. She's taking the load of a mom and a dad. So when I transformed to adulthood and now I'm married, and I have this mindset of just like, oh, like, I gotta do everything. Like, even when it came to us having our son, like, it's still sometimes where I just get so in like a mode of where it just is like, I'm just, okay, I gotta do this, and my husband will tell me, like, it's not just you. It's not, you're not alone. Like, it's us. So I just feel like that is a really, really, really hard thing still now. It's gotten a lot better, but in the beginning, like, I feel like I never really heard nobody talk about that, like the real, like, raw of it in the beginning of a marriage. I'm especially coming from like a daddy issues having woman. In the beginning of it was very, very hard for me, because I did not know how to let a man be a man. I did not know how to sit back. I did not know how to be okay with not being, like, just, I did not know how to be okay with just not being alone, because for so long I was just like in survival mode, and there's no need to be in survival mode when you're married. Like, there's absolutely no need for it. So that's definitely something that I had to work on, like, immediately, because who wants to be with a woman that's in survival mode 20, who wants to be with a woman that is in survival mode 24/7, constantly just on the edge, just constantly, so I feel like that's like one of like the biggest things. But I definitely feel like, with me having my first kid, that is what changed my view on it. I randomly was just sitting in the bed one day, and I just literally looked over to my husband, and I was like, I'm gonna reach out to my dad. Like, I don't know, like, I don't know, it literally, like, I swear that's how it happened. One day I was just like, you know what, it was literally my son was 11 months at the time, and I was like, yeah, it was just like, I felt like it was just like something that I literally needed to do, because if I didn't, I felt like I was failing my child in a way, because I know me, I always used to be like, dang, like, I wish I knew my cousins, or I wish I knew like my dad's side of the family, because my mom and dad are both from California, but we grew up in Alabama. So besides like our younger cousins, we have no family there. So when it came to like family reunions and stuff like that, we really experienced stuff like that. So I was just like, I don't want this for my kid. Like, I don't want, my reality don't have to be his reality. And I just feel like, at least try. That's what I kept telling myself, like, at least try. So yeah, I literally just reached out to my dad, because my brother had his number anyways, because at the time him and my brother were like talking. So I just texted him one day, and I'm just like, hey, very awkwardly, I'm like, hey, excuse me, this is your daughter, this is Alexis, I want to fix stuff X, Y, and Z. And I'm talking about my heart just literally beating out of my chest. I was so scared, and I feel like I was so scared of not even just messaging him, like, it wasn't that part. I was so scared of rejection. That's what I was scared of. I was scared, like, I was like, okay, what if he don't even text back, or what if he don't even want no dealings? Because, child, the last time I talked to him, I done cussed him out, just did all types of stuff. So I was really just scared of being rejected. I was scared that he just wasn't gonna want a relationship. So I'm just like, okay, whatever. So I sent the text and I just put the phone down. I was like, I don't know how this gonna go. But the first conversation we had, it was kind of like, it was weird. So then he FaceTimed me. So I'm like, oh no, we're not doing this. I was like, no, we're not FaceTiming. Like, I'm so awkward when it comes to stuff like that. Like, I don't know. So I was just like, no, we're not FaceTiming. So we got on the phone and like instantly, it's like the little girl in me was just like so happy. Like, I can't even describe that feeling. Like, the little girl in me was just so like amazed. I was just like, wow, like this is what it feel like to have a conversation with your dad. This is what like growth look like. Like, it was just so like rewarding. I was like, yeah, I'm so glad like I did it. Like, I'm just so glad that I don't know, like I just was so full of just like emotion, honestly. And of course, like our first maybe 3 conversations, it really was just like him going down memory lane, you know, getting those hard conversations out of the way and just like getting to know each other. Because you gotta think, I was 24 at the time, so it's just like 24 years that went by, and you know, like it's no way you can, of course you can never get that time back, but I was totally okay with just like starting over, just starting fresh, you know. I don't even care to try to rewind time or nothing like that. Just from this day forward, like I just want us to try. And it was just so rewarding. Like it truly was just so rewarding for me, because like for so long, like that's all I wanted. Like literally, that's literally just all I wanted. Like the little girl in me was literally screaming. And yeah, so after that, like after the first conversation, or the first couple conversations, like I said, we was going down memory lane, and then we just like FaceTime one day, and I was just like so nervous. I was just like, yeah, this my dad. It's just like I've never, like, we're strangers to each other, like we're literally strangers. But fast forward to now, it's still great. Like everything's great. We talk. We actually talk often now. So I try to at least just check in with him. Like either I shoot him a text or call him at least like once or twice a week. And yeah, it's really been good, and it just made me sit back and like reflect on a lot, and it just made me realize that, you know, time ain't something that you gonna get back, but just literally try. You know, that was one of the things that made me kind of realize, like, you know, no matter what it is, or you know, when something just on your heart, because I feel like for so many years it was on my heart to like reach out. It really was. But you know, I'm all for, you know, I'm a true believer in, you know, God don't make no mistakes. Every single thing happens exactly how it's supposed to happen. Every single thing happens for a reason. And, you know, now that I'm a lot older, you know, I understand that, because, you know, at the time, you know, maybe for whatever reason it was, he just wasn't meant to be in the household, or it wasn't meant for us to have a relationship. And I honestly feel like, you know, now I feel like I needed him more in my adulthood now than I could have needed him then. And I only say that because like I said, I've gotten married, you know, I've gotten married, I've served in the military, I've bought a home, like I've done a lot of milestone stuff that, you know, of course I wish, you know, he was there for, and he, you know, could have been a part of. But I feel like it just made me a lot stronger. And now that we do communicate and stuff, like I'm very appreciative of it. And but I'm really really appreciative of it, for sure. And now, you know, he makes sure he, like, you know, talks to my son and stuff like that. So like that to me just means like that really do mean like so much to me. But I feel like for a long time, you know, I didn't realize, like, of course I always knew, like, that I had daddy issues, but I didn't realize how much it really affects you, especially in adulthood, than it did in my childhood. But in adulthood, I was just like, damn, these are issues that I got to hit head on. Like, I can't keep going in life and just acting like this stuff is not happening. Like, I can't keep acting like it's not bothering me. I can't keep acting like, you know, I'm okay with it when I'm not okay with it. So yeah. And one point in time, I was going to therapy, and that was like a big topic for me that I talked about. And it's been helping. I ain't gonna lie, it's been helping. But I just feel like for so long I didn't want to talk about it, or I was just so like embarrassed to talk about it. Because who wants to sit up and talk about their daddy wasn't in their life? Who wants to talk about that? Who wants to talk about that? Like, not me. But I now I know. Well, now I look at it as like it's really nothing to be embarrassed about. It's just a part of my story. And obviously, you know, everybody's story is not the same. Everybody's story got different chapters, different pages. It's different. It's simply just different. And this is just a part of my story. And I realized, you know, for a long time I was very, 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 very angry at the world when I had no business being angry at the world. I was very, very, very angry specifically at men, because I was just like, ugh, I hate all y'all. All y'all are just like my daddy. Da 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 da. Like, that was like really my motive, and that was just a very nasty way to think about stuff. And for a long time I was pinning my emotions from that on so many people who had absolutely nothing to do with my situation or nothing to do with my story. So I just feel like that's like a big, oh, my head itching. I just feel like that's a really, really kind of picky topic that a lot of people don't talk about. So I was like, I just want to talk about it because I know I kind of talked about it a little bit here and there in some videos, but I never like fully talked about it because at the time I was not ready to talk about it. I did not want to talk about it. But now I genuinely, like, I'm okay. Like, I'm okay with the situation. I'm very just like I'm literally in a much better space. I feel like me and my dad's relationship has changed drastically, because that once upon a time it was non-existent. So the fact that we talk very often, and you know, every time we talk we getting to learn each other like more and more. So yeah, hopefully before the year out, we able to do some type of meetup or something. Now I ain't gonna lie, it sound good, but I don't know, that's like very scary to me. Like, I don't know, I'm a very emotional person. Like, I'm very emotional. Like, it's I'm a very, very emotional person. So when I do think about like us like meeting and stuff, I just like, I don't know, I just feel like that's just like a lot for me to deal with. Like, so dramatic. But anyways, hopefully sometime before this year out, like, we able to do something, because I feel like that's the closure I need. Like, that'll kind of just be like the icing on the cake. That'll be like, okay, like I'm healed. Like, I'm just like I can put that band-aid here. Not saying that I'm just like, oh my gosh, like I have no daddy issues no more. That's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is it's definitely a work in progress. But we once was at 0%, and we've climbed the ladder tremendously. So I definitely feel like, you know, it does get better. It truly does get better. So if you're a person that struggles with daddy issues and, you know, you don't know which way to go, first things first, I would say you got to sit in it. You got to sit through the hurt. You first have to identify like what actually is hurting you about the situation, and kind of like pinpoint like, okay, this is the area I need healing in. This is what's bothering me. And then, you know, I would try to reach out. I would first, you know, like I said, identify what the issue actually is and try going to therapy. Like I said, that's what worked for me, because I realized I couldn't do it on my own. Of course, I prayed about the situation numerous times. I, you know, talked to God about it a lot, of course. But I also knew therapy was something that I wanted to do as well, because I felt like, you can't always talk to, your partner. Like, yes, I can go to my husband about it, and I can talk to my husband about it, but my husband's not gonna understand it on a deeper level, because he's not going through it. And I feel like that's another problem I had. I just would expect him to get it. Like, don't you get it? Like, don't you understand? But no, he's not gonna understand, because it's not him in the shoes. Sometimes you have to do things solely on your own and for yourself. And that is another reason why I consider therapy, because I'm like, okay, I need to talk to somebody who don't know me, who specializes in these things, and that's able to kind of guide me in the right direction. And yeah, so once I kind of opened up about it, and I talk about it a lot more now, that helped me a whole lot. So I was like, I just want to talk about that now. And I feel like, now that chapter has kind of healed a lot more, that has helped me a lot, just being an individual person, as being a wife, as being a mom, as even being a daughter. I feel like that's really, really helped me, because for so long I was carrying that hurt for a very, 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 very long time. And that was hurting my marriage for a very, very, very long time. It was hurting, like, me as a person for a very, 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 very long time. And I didn't realize how hurts can really just, like, hurt can really do hurtful things. Hurt can really just, like, that saying when they say hurt people. I think that's so true. That is so, so true, because my younger self, like 18, 19-year-old me, like, I was so hurt. All I want to do was hurt other people. Hurt people really do hurt people. And that's why I am a big advocate for, like, going to therapy. Because at first I used to be one of the people that were like, I'm not gonna sit and go tell nobody my problems. You can't nobody help me with my problems. Da, 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 da. Go to therapy. Get you some help. It's somebody out there that can help you. Pray, journal, or write it down. Your friends cannot help you fix daddy issues. Your friends cannot help you with depression. Stop scrolling on TikTok talking about all you need is a day out, all you need is a night out. No, you need to go to therapy. You need to heal. You need to get serious help. Your friends may not have daddy issues, and even if they do have daddy issues, your story is not their story. Everybody's story is very much different. Go to therapy. Get that help. And yeah, I'm thankful. Like, I'm honestly just thankful that I even did it. Like, because for so long I feel like, people look at me as, like, just this strong, just like, oh, everybody come to me for, like, help, advice, X, Y, and Z. Everybody looks at me as, like, the strong friend, the strong sibling, the strong child, the strong everything. So for a long time I just be like, man, I can't even show that I'm hurt, because there's so many people depending on me, or it's so many people that's, like, just depending on my good energy, or depending on, like, just my good vibes and stuff like that. But, like, girl, no. Sometimes you can't always be that, just, oh, I'm so strong. Congratulations, you're strong. You don't get a cookie for being the strongest person on earth. It don't work like that. Being a strong person really, in my opinion, gets you nowhere, because yeah, I may seem like the strongest person to everybody around me, or like, oh, I'm helping this person, I'm doing that, or I'm giving you advice, and then at night I'm the one laid up in the bed miserable, crying, and trying to figure out, like, what is going on with myself. So go get that help. Go to therapy. So yeah, I really hope y'all have enjoyed this little topic Tuesday. I hope I can make this like kind of like a series. I hope y'all like enjoy it and give me really good topics to talk about, because I can literally talk all freaking day. Yeah, so if you don't take nothing else away from this video, take away just taking care of yourself. Pour into yourself, and by pouring into yourself, I mean, you know, whatever is bothering you or whatever you just feel like just been on your heart really heavy lately, go seek help in that area, for real. I feel like mental health, it's talked about, but it's not acted on enough. You know, oftentimes we sit here and we say like oh, like I'm depressed, I'm this, I'm that, but we're not using our resources, and we're not getting out there and we're not getting that help, or we're not taking the right steps in helping ourselves. We're not detaching from social media for a little minute. We're not fueling our bodies with the right food. We're not surrounding ourselves with the right people. We're not putting on clothes. We're not taking our health serious. We're not doing the key factors it takes to really get ourselves back. You know, oftentimes it's way deeper than what we think it really is, and a simple therapy visit can really just change a lot, or a simple detox from social media can change a lot. I feel like social media now has gotten really bad. I feel like it's, you know, one of those things where a lot of people see things on social media and they're like, dang, I wish my life was like this, or X, Y, and Z. Or when some people DM me or even comment on my videos and they're like, I love your whole life, or I wish I could do X, Y, and Z. You know, I sit back and I just kind of think, or if they DM me, you know, I kind of tell them like, no, baby, live your life. You don't want my life, because my life is not picture perfect. I put on the internet what I want you guys to see on the internet, but we're all human. We all have our sad days, bad days, rough days, tough days, don't want to get out of bed days. That's everybody's reality. Is everybody going to put that on the internet? No. Is people going to show them crying? Like, no. A lot of people don't show those things. So that's like, I feel like that's, social media is just the biggest downfall right now. And not downfall in a bad way. I just feel like for some people, you know, just run your own race. Don't let social media try to influence you into thinking that you're not enough, or you're not doing enough, or you gotta look this way, or you gotta have this kind of house, or drive this kind of car, or do this type of thing. Like, no, you know, live within your means. Live your life. You can't live someone else's life. It's like, just live your life. And not to say the people that have nice things or can do certain things is living a fake life, because that's not it. But you have to work hard, and this kind of stuff don't happen overnight. So I just feel like, you know, run your own race until your race looks like, you know, until you've ran your race to your full potential and you're at the finish line and you can do certain things. Baby, run your race. It's totally okay. Get your mental together, get your real life together, like get your spirit together, get your soul together, like get those things together. And I, you know, because for a very long time, like, yes, I have nice things, I can do nice things, stuff like that, 100%. But when my mental is not there, when my spirit ain't right, when my soul ain't right, none of that stuff matters. Literally none of that stuff matters, like, at all. Like, money cannot buy you happiness. Like, I know people on the internet, people are, you know, people make it seem like, oh, money can buy you happiness. No, money can buy you purses, money can buy you shoes, money can buy you cars, and it may make you happy in that moment. But when it's time for you to lay down that night and get in that bed, and it's just you versus you, or it's just you and God, and you crying out because you're so, like, real life miserable, that's what needs to be fixed. And for a very long time, mentally, I was not right. I was not right. Like, yes, I was having fun and I was doing everything I wanted to do and I was buying everything I wanted to buy, but I was not happy within. And I feel like when you're not happy within, nothing is going to work. Nothing is going to work. So if you don't take nothing else away from this video, run your own race. get that help, fix those issues, and most importantly, work on yourself. Take time for yourself, because before I was a wife, before I was a mom, I was simply just Alexis. I was Alexis, and I still am Alexis, but yes, I'm a wife now. Yes, I'm a mom now. Yes, I'm a friend. Yes, I'm a daughter. But before any of those things, I am Alexis, and Alexis has to be aligned and right before I can be anything else. But I've been talking y'all head off for like 35 minutes now. So I hope you guys enjoyed this, my very first topic Tuesday. I will see y'all back next Tuesday with whatever topic you guys comment below. If you're new here, I really hope you enjoyed this video, because like, girl, this is your first time meeting me. So I hope you go ahead and subscribe and come back for all of my other videos, and come back next week for a new topic. I really hope y'all like this. This is something different, but I really like talking to y'all. I really like talking to y'all. I have to figure out like my whole little setup, because I don't know if I always want to do it in the living room, or if I want to do it in my sister's corner, or if I want to do it like, I don't know. Y'all know I love a good theme. I don't know if I want to get into theme. I don't know if I want to do different, like dress up topic Tuesdays, if I want to do like, I don't know what I want to do. But that's it, and that is all for this Tuesday. I will see y'all next Tuesday, same time, same location. Bring your popcorn, your dinner, your wine, your water, whatever it is you prefer, and I will see y'all in the next video. That's it. That's all. Happy Tuesday, sisters, and as always, just a reminder, don't forget to take care of you. Ta-da!